Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. We're back in Minas Tirith at Midsummer. The wedding of Aragorn and Arwen is about to start. We just need to get ready for it. The sight of my beloved has stolen all speech from me, my friend. For so long have we awaited this day, and now it arrives. Can it be so? Speak to me, Beriathan, so I will know that it's truly my Lady Undomiel, Arwen Evenstar, and no illusory dream of my hopeful mind. Yeah, we're gonna talk to Aragorn in just a moment, but since we are about to attend the wedding, I mean, I do enjoy this outfit quite a lot, and it represents our duty as members of the Citadel Guard, of course, but I think an occasion such as this warrants a different outfit. I just want to take a picture of us in Midsummer, Minas Tirith, before we attend the wedding. So give me just 1 minute. I love this emote, you already know me. And yeah, a couple pictures of it. And now we're gonna get in the proper apparel for a wedding. I don't remember which outfit is it. This one? No. 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 This one. So, this is our outfit. This is basically, most of it is from the anniversary festival, but we have here the bracers, the groom's bracers, that is from Midsummer itself. We also have this shield. I don't know if we need to wear the shield for the wedding itself, so maybe we're gonna hide the shield for the time being. The sword can stay, and I'm not so sure about the winged circlet. I like how this goes with the outfit in its colors as well as in style, and it's a way of keeping the winged helmet of the Citadel Guards with, you know, a different style that flows better with the entire outfit. But if we take it out, yeah, let me just check this out really quick, see how I like it best. Here you have our Beriathan, and now with the circlet, yeah, I think I'm still gonna go with it. It adds a little bit of extra personality, and I enjoy it quite a lot. And there's another picture I want to take, because with the current cosmetics and gear pieces in game, I think this is the closest you can get to this look of Aragorn. You might need to replace the winged circlet with another circlet, maybe the circlet of men that you can get from presents in game or from the skirmish camp. So yeah, I think this is the closest we can get. Oh my god, this looks great. But no, wait. Yeah, I do enjoy this, and I was waiting for a perfect moment to use this outfit, and it seems the wedding is that moment. So let us go, let us see what happens in this wedding. After so many labors, at last it is time. Come with me, my friend. Together, my love and I will ascend the levels of the White City, and tomorrow, on Midsummer's Day, we will be married at last.
It was on Midsummer's Day that folk from near lands and far came to the White City to witness the great wedding.
Alright, so here we are. We have a lot of guests, as you can see. Celeborn, Galadriel, Eladan, Elrond, Elrohir, Arwen, getting ready to walk down the aisle. And, oh my god, Thorongil and Nauril from Caer Andros, Arvaethor, Dervorin, and Borjador from Dorenernil, Lorelas, Baranor, Sirien. These are also from Central Gondor, but I don't remember which one. I think it was, oh my god, Arnak, maybe? Doing here from the Blackwood Vale, Targan, Lachet, Malhar, and Togbor, and Glanchar, that's from the Beacon Hills. Juneth from Cair-Andros as well. Erhar. Ah no, Juneth and Tolwyn are from Cair-Andros. So Thorongil and Nauriel, I'm not sure, I got mistaken. Erhar, that's from Western Gondor, if I remember correctly. It's a lot of people. The Great Company fight on Mithrandir, Langla, Sidrian, Kulang, Brungos, Angweth, Nethro, Orton, Teheron, Helcon, Amlan, Aedrian as well, Baragont, Gilithel, Vergil. On this side we have Drambor, Ankbor, Milwen, Orgolas, Mara. I truly don't recognize half of them. Terenis I do remember. That's also from Central Gondor. No, from East Gondor, sorry. Meliniel, Reniadir, no. Faltaran from Pelargir, Nimithil, 2, Celebros, Sirgon, all of them from Pelargir, Citadel, Lorvegil, Ambor, Dambroth, Thorindel Mablung from, Ithilien, some elves from Imladris, oh my god, Galathir, Thalhir, Kurugond, Merethien, Aglarank, Mirudil, Torhun, Idrenil, Echaron. I do remember Echadon, but no one else. Arwen's friends. We have Baradal. You might remember from the Vales of Anduin. She made it. Glad to see she did. Erestor from Rivendell. Odofin, Haldir, and Rumil from Lorien. Gildor. Parthaline. She is from the Rift Raid and also from the Elf Allegiance in Lorien. Glorfindel, Lindir from Rivendell. Ormatar, Odin, Yorlas, Ingold, Ireland, Ostur, Rathon, Tegelwen, Kedethon, Habdir, Lenglir, Badiel, oh my god, Garthavir, Tharim, Master Dagrum from Dale, that's awesome, Elfhelm, Kiraglar, Imrahil, Lothiriel, Corunir, Minkham, Darvun, Rananir, Lothandir, Legolas, Gimli, Faramir, Frodo, Merry, Sam and Pippin, Dagoras as well. A lot of people, and of course Mithrandir, who is gonna officiate the wedding ceremony. So before we begin the wedding ceremony proper, come here Garliv, I wanna take a picture of the guests. Minas Tirith in Midsummer Day as well, which is also gorgeous. You might notice a couple differences in here, but Gandalf is gonna talk about them in just a moment. Here we have our distinguished guests from the Elven side as well. And Aragorn and that's not the even star, is it? They're on the horizon. I mean, this looks great. And when Arwen comes here, it's gonna look even better. Aragorn, of course, is wearing his grooming attire, very similar to the outfit we already have and that we usually use for festivals. And that is another reason why I'm not wearing this outfit today, as well, I'm not gonna wear the same as the groom, of course, that would be rude. Aragorn smiles at you. I am pleased you could be here, Beriathan, on this day of joy. Take your place beside Merry, my friend. Well, at least we are between the honored guests. You take your place next to Merry and the procession continues. Warden and Galadriel, okay. Here we have Eloran and Elrond here. Where are they gonna take their place? Where exactly? Okay, here too. And here we have Elrond and Arwen at long last. Time for the wedding is here.
Maigovanen Peretel, Vivered Toledlin.
Myomenina, Estelle.
Alei Melefnin Swila.
Ellen sila lumen amuntiago arimeldania.
I bid you welcome. We come here in time of celebration that we may share in the joys of peace. Let us rejoice that the war is ended and that love endures. But remember, too, the coming of the dawn does not mean an end to all shadows. Many are those who gave their lives so we might see this day. Let us pause to remember those whose time has passed and will not come again.
Okay, we're gonna take some time to remember those who were not able to be here.
Now let us speak of three whose deeds are worthy of especial remembrance. Hail Theoden, King of the Mark! At the hour of Gondor's need, his horsemen broke the siege, delivering the White City from its enemies. Long will the ride of the Rohirrim be remembered in song and with glad hearts. Hail Boromir, Captain General of Gondor! Bravely did he defend his people from the threat of Mordor, with valor known to all. Yet his greatest deeds are known to few. Still, they were no less needful for Sauron's undoing. And last, hail Denethor, steward of Gondor until the coming of the king. Be still! I call for silence! Speak no ill of what you do not understand. Lord Denethor held your foes at bay, though the Dark Lord's malice tested him ever. If not for these labors, this city would have fallen ere any help could come. Few who stand here today could suffer what he endured for so long. Not even I. But let us now turn to more joyful matters. The long night is over, and love and laughter come with the day. Every wedding brings cause for celebration, but no marriage more than this. For the blood of Earendil's children, long parted, shall once more be made one. Aya, Elenian Kalima! Let the light you bear shine upon this glad union. I call upon those honored guests who wish to speak to come forward now.
Long in the years of men, but short by my counting, have I known the doom of this day. It was to be the fate of Arwen Undomiel, to part either from her kin or from Middle-earth. Now her path is set, and this joy brings great sorrow. Our roads shall not meet again ere the breaking of the world. Yet despite the pain it brings, I cannot wish otherwise. Why would I deem it so?
You know the reason, husband of my daughter. For is love not mightiest of all forces in the world?
So say the men of Gondor. We have not the wisdom of elves, but this much is clear to us. Love gives courage to stand against the hardships arrayed against us. Even courage to part from those dearest to us, son of Gondor? Aye, Lord Elrond, even so. I have now felt such love, and I know this is true.
I do not wish to speak above my place.
Say on, Frodo. None here hold a place higher than yours.
Well, I was thinking about the Shire. Most of you have never seen it, but it is my home. It is a fair green country where we hobbit folk live, untroubled by the world's great trials.
Mostly untroubled.
Well, we have come a long way from the Shire. On that journey, a friend once spoke to me of the world's perils. There are many dark places, he said, but still there is much that is fair. Though in all lands love is now mingled with grief, it grows perhaps the greater.
This is a saying of the Eldar, Frodo Baggins.
It was told to me by Haldir of Lorien, on the banks of the Silverlode. I think that love and sorrow are often entwined, and each hones the other. If we did not know both, I very much doubt we would feel either as strongly. But I have gone on for too long. Sam wished to say a few words as well.
Oh, I needn't, Mr. Frodo.
Go on, Samwise.
Well, it's only a plain old rhyme, but... Age-long, our garden bore no bloom. Left barren cold and buried deep. Far under snows of winter's gloom, the seeds we sowed did softly sleep. And through the wind and sullen frost, they waited well and did not fade. Now, winter dwindles, cold is lost, and sunshine rests upon the glade. Springtime dawns and sprout and shoot, limn the lawns with golds and blues. And with the summer's flower and fruit, the garden glows, awash with hues. And what to thank for all these splendors? None but the kind hands of its tenders. Care well for the plots you mind. Love things that grow beneath the soil. Foster them with thoughts most kind, and joy shall repay all your toil.
Sorry, my bad. Let's cheer for Sam.
Well spoken, Master Gamgee. A simple rhyme indeed. Now, to the matter at hand. When two are to be wed, the rights of both elves and men call for the exchange of golden rings. Given events of recent days, however, perhaps it is best to skip this custom, unless our lovers object. Then let their hands be joined instead, and thus reveal their bond to all as they take their oaths to each other.
Though I turn from the everlasting west, I am undiminished. An hour with you brings more joy than 1,000 years apart. When you embarked upon your quest, my sorrow was as none I have ever known. Now we are again together, and so shall stay. I choose Lúthien's path, bound to your fate, as was hers to Berin's. Mainuvan melmetja, ter corviarenyar ar tenoyo.
We are as two fair trees entangled beneath the sun, rooted deep, drinking light together. My heart has belonged to you from the hour I first beheld your grace beneath the leaves. You are my hope, the sustaining flame I bore unto the jaws of shadow. The even star who guided my steps through labor and fear. Meine von Melmetja, ter corvierenyar artenoio.
Nai alaquin embeve tulva, ala niere nec huvavert.
Aragorn Elisar, son of Arathorn, will you wed Arwen, daughter of Elrond, and henceforth be husband unto her?
I will.
Arwen Undomiel, daughter of Celebrian, will you wed Aragorn, son of Gilraen, and henceforth be wife unto him?
I will.
Then before the Valar, and the one who stands above all others, and in sight of men and elves, and dwarves,
Oh, and hobbits, don't forget us.
and all free folk, let you be bound together, and the twin lines of Earendil be made one anew. All hail the High King of the South Realm and the North, and all hail the High Queen! Behold, the white tree flowers anew over the kingdom restored.
I mean, Gandalf of course said he had a very short supply of fireworks, but look at this. He knocked it out of the park as always. And the wedding was lovely. I mean, when the wedding was initially released, a lot of players, well, I heard some players say, what makes this so special to warrant its own update, its own extra quest location, its own extra festival, its own everything. But you can tell this was a big deal for the developers. And it's I believe it's one of the longest instances, and it's entirely voiced, so you can tell this was very important to them. The last time we have an instance that was entirely voiced from start to finish was during the Helm's Deep years, and that was 2012. And the Great Wedding was initially launched on 2020, almost 8 years later. And I think there were main reasons why the devs stopped doing it, but mostly resources, and you can tell they were willing to do everything in their hands to make the wedding as important as it was for them. So you can see this wedding was a labor of love that, yes, might not be as eventful as some of the other situations we've been into, but it's an important milestone for Gondor's history and for Middle-earth in general. So, of course, they wanted to get their hands on it, and, well, I'm glad we did. This ceremony, once again, was lovely. As a man of Gondor, of course, seeing a king and a queen sitting on the throne once again, it's a historic moment, so was something worth experimenting, seeing on our own. We were kicked out of the instance, and I wanted to talk to Aragorn. What a shame. What else was he supposed to say to us? Before we talk to Rodwin, let me double check that with you really quick. Mithrandir never fails to impress, does he not? But I understand the ceremony is merely the beginning of the festivities this night. I hope to see you later, my friend. Yeah, the festivities are just beginning. So let's be glad that the wedding is finally over, but the time of celebration is just starting.
That was a beautiful wedding, and everything went according to my plan.
I must say, my good friend, that it was a beautiful wedding and everything went according to my plan. Indeed, in that way it was quite different than the plans of my adventuring days. Did you know that my friends and I have already been tasked with arranging further weddings later in the summer? All of a sudden, folk of high birth and low seem to require our services, and I have been unable to turn down a one. I do hope I am not making a mistake to say so, but this great wedding was more successful than any of my other recent endeavors. Why, no one was injured or maimed at all, which might be worth recording.
But what am I saying? The celebrations are not yet concluded.
After all, there is still the wedding feast to enjoy. Go to the feast hall of Mithrandir and speak to Beriathan, the master footmonger, once you have had your fill of merriment. There is still much of that to be had. Do be careful, my friend. If anything untoward happens at the feast and ruins the perfect wedding I planned, I will need to return to adventuring or find another profession, and I would rather not. Enjoy the wedding feast, Beriathan. Yeah, we will go in just a moment. We, as you see, have gotten a new steed. Let me look it up on my panel. Gondor steed. Let's see how well this steed goes with our current outfit. I think it flows well enough. I do like this white tree, the flag of Gondor accessory that we got. And as you see here, we've gotten the entire war steed appearance that might be worth checking into. But I just want to check in here. We have this Citadel guard accessory in our appearance slot, but I think we can do the entire steed in here. We maybe need to remove the leg guards, but that's it. I do enjoy this quite a lot, but I also want to check this one. I mean, it kind of fits, but I rather keep the two appearances separate. Alright, so yes, the wedding is over, but the feast is just beginning. The party, the celebrations. I guess story-wise, this would be the perfect moment to start doing the other Midsummer celebrations. But let us finish this book of the epic, as you might have seen. That is Volume 5, Book 1. As of the time of recording, there is not a Book 2 yet, but there will be time for that later. In any case, now that we have finished the wedding, we can access the feast hall, and you can see that everyone is having a great time. Here we have the main table. We cannot get a picture of everyone sitting in here. Frodo, Sam, Faramir, Mithrandir, of course, Gandalf, Aragorn and Arwen, shouldn't be any other way, Elrond, Galadriel, and Celeborn. And then the other guests are spread throughout the other tables in the feast hall. Now that we have unlocked the feast hall, there will be a set of quests that you can do in here that are also related to a deed. Are very fun to do in my opinion, but quite lengthy as well. We don't have enough time today for them all, but know that I will be doing those quests and that deed as well at some point. However, now let us continue the banquet celebrations with Beriathan.
Those two hobbits insisted this be called a banquet for some reason or another.
The hobbits insisted this be called a banquet in honor of one or another chieftain of theirs. I am a little unclear on the details, but it seems to have something to do with the number and varieties of foodstuffs available. Beriathan casts a wary look at her benchmate Yorith, who has been mattering constantly for the duration of the wedding feast, and glances disapprovingly at Galathir, who has launched upon a long discussion of the various spices flavoring the many courses. Come, let us inquire with the hobbits. They seem to be amusing fellows, and I would learn more of this land of theirs. Even though, I would say, they have also played a prank on you, not as big maybe as the one they played on poor Kufaron. Of course, they wanted a banquet, but having this named after one of the hobbit chieftains, that doesn't seem right. They were just having some fun with you too.
Long into the night, the folk of the city made merry, and celebrated the union of King Elisar and Queen Arwen.
Yeah, I think a lot of you people from Gondor need to get acquainted with more hobbits, or you will keep falling for their pranks over and over again. So let's see, Beriathan, if we can remedy that, spend some time with the hobbits. Thank you for rescuing me, Beriathan. I intend no disrespect for any of the fine folk at my table, for they are all worthies of Gondor in their own ways, but some of them can be most tiring. Come with me, my helpful friend. I see the hobbits with whom I spoke right over there. The kitchens have been kept busy for days. Yeah, I can imagine. Take a look at this. If such a feast in the Shire is a commonplace, that must be the land of plenty. Well, my hobbit friends, does it banquet of Gondor meet your expectations? Look who it is, Pip! Beriathan and our friend the Footmonger! Hello there! Alright. Well, before we talk to the hobbits, how awesome is that Arwen and Aragorn having the time of their lives, having their first dance as a married couple. I love this, such a nice little detail, the dance, but of course this had to happen as well. I was doing this quest line with another character a few days ago and there were some animation glitches, so hopefully this will flow better this time. What do you think, Pip? What would old Flower Dumpling have to say about the courses on offer here? Oh yes, Beriathan, I think this wedding feast can stand quite comfortably alongside the very finest of Shire banquets. Oh, so you were making fun of the Major at that. Yeah, Beriathan wouldn't know. And maybe Beriathan doesn't, he hasn't been in the Shire, but... well, the hobbits might have told him during the many occasions in which they have met. So, okay, this hobbit chieftain was just the Major. Yeah, the hobbits were having fun with Beriathan. Just listen to what we had already. There has been pottage, ham, pea and leek varieties, breads with butter and honey, plenty of game, coney, venison and boar, roasted meats, beef, mutton and goat, lots of fish, salmon, pike and eel, enough fowl for all, capon, goose, duck, pheasant and heron, eggs if you want them, just like Grandma used to boil, assorted greens and vegetables if you still got room, savory pies and pastries. I like the ones shaped like trees and stars especially, cheeses and olives. So many cheeses. Stewed fruits. Apples, pears, plums and cherries. The desserts have been particularly good. Pies, pastries, cream, jellies and honeyed almonds. And that is not to mention the wine and the ale. Don't forget the meat. To answer your question, Master Footmonger, I would say this is quite a banquet and we hobbits heartily approve. I am pleased and a little exhausted to hear it. Enjoy yourselves, my friends. We have spent enough time at the tables of the Rohirrim, Merry. Let's go back to my table. Come on, Beriathan. Whoa, we can cut through here, Beriathan. We shouldn't interrupt the dance. Follow me. Yeah, well, this works, but maybe we should have gone another way. Pippin, go! Peregrine, talk! We made it! Welcome back, Master Peregrine, and greetings to you, Beriathan. Yeah, we should have taken the long way, but I guess that was too much to ask for. Beriathan, it is my pleasure to introduce you to my wife Gilithel, and I believe you have already met our son Virgil. He was quite a troublemaker in Minas Tirith, running through the lower tiers with his friends, and he has found new ways to cause mischief in Ithilien, but he's a good lad, and at his age I was much the same. I must confess to you, I did not think I would be welcomed back to the city for the king's wedding, but word was sent to Lord Faramir, and we could not refuse. Oh, Gilithel, there we go. Yeah, there are a lot of people here on the banquet as well. Way more than there were at the wedding, I think. So I don't think we have enough time to check all the guests at the banquet, but well, there's a lot of people, basically. My husband grips still for the lives he took. I have told him again and again that by his sword he saved the life of Lord Faramir. I know, my dearest, I know. Still, the king's justice was merciful and fair. I'm bored. For how long will they dance? Is it almost over? I think it is lovely. How beautiful a queen this elf maiden makes. I heard her brother's arrows can split an orc skull in twain from 300 yards. Virgil, silence. This is not the time to speak of it. I know. That's why I'm bored. Beriathan, I think we should see to Trim Redbeard. His listeners appear in need of rescue. You're coming, Mary Pip? Not yet. Okay, leave it to me. And so, with our horses refreshed, we crossed the Mering Stream and rode hard through the Beacon Hills. We were so close, but not yet close enough. We were beset by orcs and Variags near Amundine. We broke through the line of Variags, but they did not pursue us. I think now I know the reason. They knew the road ahead would be held against us. Thrym pauses in his tale, seeming to see you for the first time. Oh, Beriathan, pull up a seat. I was just telling these fine folk of Gondor about some of my recent adventures. In the darkness of night, we came to the western flank of the encampment in the Druadan. And do you know what happened? This is very interesting, bud. We were nearly turned into pincushions by Greenbolt sentries. Can you imagine? Well, in time of war, I myself have. But then, at the last moment, one of the archers recognized me by the specter of my beard. It had glowed crimson in the gathering light of their single torch. It's very man of Rohans of old and yet so protected by fortunate stars? Many I, but even I am no match for Eomer, who is now king. The tales I could tell you of his courage. Come along, Thrym. Someone at another table wishes to hear of your grand adventures. Hey, who desires to hear such? Oh, that's easy. It's Master Meriadoc. Wait! You will have to thank your halfling friend for us, Beriathan. I might have heard more of Eomer, father. That reminds me, Beriathan, I was given a message for you. Yeah, of course you want to hear more of Eomer Lothiriel. You'll have plenty of time for that. One of the wine stewards came by earlier before our friend from Rohan launched into his full-throated tales of bravery. This steward asked if we would do him the kindness of delivering you to him if you chanced to come by our table. He said he would be downstairs, Beriathan. Now that I have executed this charge, perhaps I will learn what else my daughter would hear of the new King of Rohan, and why the speaking of his name brings such a blush to her cheeks. Yeah, you do that. I think you're gonna love what she's gonna say. Truly, unironically, Ah, there you are, Beriathan. I am pleased the Prince of the Lamroths gave you my message, for it is urgent and I did not know where else I might turn. There is something of a problem, you see, and I need you to ensure it does not get any worse. Some rough sorts have gathered outside. I am afraid they might intend to disrupt the wedding feast in some way. They were asking for you. Here, take these bottles of wine out to them. It could be that an offering of peace will send them happily on their way, and if not, well, your deeds are well known, and such rough sorts as this may take one look at you and decide it would be best for them to go elsewhere. Be careful, Beriathan, they are gathered outside right through those doors. He hands you a number of wine bottles to use as a peace offering. I can't see anybody saying no to that. You owe me a drink or three, Beriathan. But we got to talking, and my companions thought you deserved the honor of a raised glass. Oh, you're not gonna do this. Do not be fooled, Beriathan. It was Radanir's idea. Quiet. Please, guys, you don't need to. Truly, the chieftain of the Dunedain has his throne. Gondor has its king and its queen. The Great Company fulfilled its oath, and so did you, Warden. To the Great Company and to Beriathan. Oh my god, no. Oh. I'm honored, guys. Truly, you didn't need to. But let me say, in any case, that I count our promise fulfilled. We already had the drinks you wanted, so I mean, at this rate, I would have had to buy a drink for every single ranger in the Great Company, and no. On a Citadel guard's pay, I cannot do that. So who do we have here? Amlan, Brungos, Zagoras, Mingham, Nethrau, Corunir, Mithrandir, Orthon, Radanir, Lothrandir, Techeron, Helchon, Darbun, Langlas, Kulang, Fyron, Nidrien, and Gweth. And I do remember most of them, of course. There are a couple that I'm not so sure about, something that I find really curious. I think I might have already said that to you, but why is Darbun wearing the ranger outfits and not the Great Company outfits everybody else has? Did something happen to you? Maybe Darbun gave his own outfit to Lothrandir after he was rescued from Isengard, and now he doesn't have another one? Was that your spare outfit, Darbun? Or what other reason? What other reason could there possibly be for it? Do you know? Let me know. That's so curious, so intriguing. If somebody knows, please tell me. It drives me crazy every time. Who can say when we will all be once again together, Beriathan? Each of us has business elsewhere, some in the north and some here in the south. It would have been a shame not to mark the occasion. Is that so unusual? We all feel a kinship with each other, born of our shared duty. It is strange to me that we must now separate. Mithrandir wishes to return to Forohel, the land of the snowmen, so I will travel with him part of the way with some others of the company. Techeron will reside once again in Evendim, but on the way we will pay a visit to Citadel and learn the tale of his own return to Eriador with our fallen brothers. Ildrin and Langlas plan to stay for a while at Esteldin with Mingham. Angwet has not yet decided where he will travel, just that his road lies to the north. If he has a place in mind, he has not shared it with us. I think the wilderness calls to him. Radanir smirks at you. Do you know what calls to me? The food of the Northlands. The food at this feast is too richly made, too covered in sauces, too soft, and there's too much of it. There isn't anything to sink your teeth into, Beriathan. Give me the crusty bread and old cheese of the Forsaken Inn, a day's ride east of Ree. That is all I need. The Great Company rode from Eriador to aid the chieftain of the Dunedain, and now many of us will return to our homes, but not all. We all have our own reasons, for the king has not set a bond upon us that we do not choose for ourselves. But there remains the question, what shall be done about the land that lies on Gondor's doorstep? Mordor lies there, the Black Land, and who knows what sorceries of the Witch King may lurk within the Morgul Vale. I will help my king to combat these evils, and so too will Dagoras and Phyron and Mithrandir. Others of the Great Company may decide to do the same, but they must choose for themselves. We have done what we intended, but I wager that some may discover they wish to do more. Gondor awaits an era of peace, but it will not arrive without we who are willing to fight for it. Alright, and Kulan now is talking as if the expedition to Minas Morgul has not happened. So, Celeborn made it sound like it had, Kulan made it sound like it hasn't, so once again, as in the previous episode, he's not a perfect fit, but I'm glad to see Kulan's words, as that reinforces the idea of this taking place before Minas Morgul. And I know I already said that many times over, but that's also what Made of Lions thinks, so I think we are doing the best way of playing this. But I'm still glad to see the NPCs acknowledge it in some way. Well guys, it was great seeing you and also having the drink. I think you should go back. You should go inside. You really should. There should be a table for the Great Company. You earned it. Were you offered the table and then you decided not to take it? That also seems appropriate of you Rangers. Well, I just gotta say, yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you all, working together. We are distant king, after all, so I'm glad we could all get to see this day. And we are also honoring and remembering the fallen Halvarad, Hallinglad, Halros, Kandai. How many more am I missing? There were a lot of fallen rangers, so this day would eventually come. And we are also gonna honor them. But one of the archers recognized me by the specter of my beard. All three. I played my part as well as I could, Beriathan. Were your friends able to surprise you? Oh, so you were in it too. Yeah. That was a big surprise. The wine steward glances at Prim Redbeard, whose long-winded description of past glories has shown no sign of cessation. Indeed, he may have started anew. Perhaps you can go back upstairs and see if my services are needed. I am sure there must be a need for more wine. There simply must. Let me start over. We received the call to the weapon take on March 11th. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna help you out there. Elazar and Arwen. Another picture of you. It's in order, I guess. Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. I hope you are enjoying yourself, Beriathan. I confess to you that much of tonight has passed by with decent speed, but it is a joyful motion and I would trade it for nothing else. Might I ask a favor of you? Earlier I spoke with Faramir about a matter of some importance, and I am interested to learn if he has come to a decision. Would you speak with him and determine if this be so? My dear one does me a kindness, but I am more interested in this decision than is he. Okay, you got me curious now. What is it? Tell me, I want to know. It is a pleasure to speak with you, my friend. I saw you earlier when our halfling friends ran by the table on their way to do some mischief. It was a spirited chase and brought a smile to my lips. That has been rare enough in the days since, well, in the past few days. Faramir falls silent, and you take the opportunity to ask if he has considered the topic about which King Elazar inquired. Faramir studies you quietly. He told you not the subject of our discussion? He is more subtle than I expected, or perhaps it is the hand of his queen that makes him so. Ah, Beriathan, you're a friend, so I will speak freely. The king knows that my heart has been captured by the Lady Eowyn of Rohan. She returned to the Riddermark in the company of her brother, while they prepare for the funeral of Theoden, and while she has been gone, my heart has been in darkness. Ever she occupies my thoughts, and I know I will never again feel happiness or joy while we are apart. I dare not hope she feels the same, and would not, for I would wish her no unhappiness. Okay, this mention of Eowyn makes things complicated regarding the placement of this quest line within the overall timeline. And that's all I'm gonna say about it, but... My god game! Make up your mind, please! Anyway, Eowyn is gone and Faramir misses her. I thought to ask for her hand in marriage, but I am full of worry. It is just this Midsummer's Day that makes me dwell upon it. What if she does not feel the same as I? Begging your pardon, Prince Faramir, I am sorry for I hate to intrude. You need not apologize, dear Samwise. Well, it seems to me that folk of Gondor always make things too complicated. And maybe that's fine and normal down here. But in the Shire, we prize when things aren't simple. I see. It's true that there's a lot of marriage talk in the air. And it makes me blush to think of it, since I never thought myself the type. But I am rather of a mind to get married myself when this is all over. Do you have a particular girl in mind, Sam? I wager you do. And so what if I do, Mr. Frodo? I think I understand your advice, Master Samwise, and I thank you for your hobbit wisdom. I shall ask for Eowyn's hand when next I see her. Dear me, I am pleased that Prince Faramir has made up his mind, but to be completely honest with you, Beriathan, I had not quite gotten around to the advice I intended to give to him. Still, all is well when it ends well, which it will if Lady Eowyn agrees to his proposal. If she does not, I fear the reputation of hobbit wisdom may suffer in Ithilien and Gondor. Oh dear. What is that? A great commotion draws your attention to the west side of the festival. Take a deep breath, my friend. All will be well. Now, is there a problem? They just barged in, my king. They are causing a commotion in the kitchens. Of whom do you speak? Ah, now I see. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, Grimbeorn. You are most welcome here, son of Beorn. I'm told there was to be a feast. Indeed, Grimbeorn. Of course, courtesy demands one attend the ceremony before one attends the feast. And you have missed the ceremony. One wedding is much the same as any other. Is there a place for me? There will always be such a place, son of Beorn, both for your father's heroism and your own. Good. Find a table to your liking and food will be brought with all haste. I need no servants, I have brought my own. This way! I cannot believe my eyes. My goodness. Yeah, I can imagine all the people of Gondor, with all their decor, are not used to a sight such as this. But then again, we shouldn't be that surprised. Grimbeorn was invited by Gandalf after all. He didn't seem too happy at first, but who can resist an invitation such as this? And before I forget, how cool and how great are the flowers Gandalf has in his hat. That is not something you see every day. So yeah, that also warrants a picture. I expect Grimbeorn and his animals will live in Mithrandir for a time. Good, it will give us a brief respite from all the celebration. Arwen and I would like to speak to you, Beriathan, in a more quiet setting. Let us find one. Yeah, before we get kicked out again. Wait. And now another picture in front of the throne room. Can I somehow talk to you and make you look this way?
I imagine
Nope.
my kingdom has not seen a wedding like this for many, many years.
I imagine my kingdom has not seen a wedding like this for many, many years. I see it reflected in the fervor of my people's celebration. The war is ended and they are gladdened to have joyful cause. We spoke of some trouble in the history of my kingdom, Beriathan, do you remember? I told you I did not think it would be a problem, and so I still think. I have studied the faces of my people on this Midsummer's Day, and this I have learned. They will come to love their queen. She will be a patient guardian of Gondor and all its folk, as I will be, and together we will restore what glory there is to be had in this age, and whatever ages may come. Thank you for all you have done, Beriathan. I speak not only of your service against the forces of Sauron, but also for all you have done as my dear friend. When at last the history of Gondor is written, one will be counted more important than the other, but know that it is my deepest heart I measure them equal, for Aragorn may be selfish where Elessar may not. He smiles at you, a wolfish grin that brings to mind the shadows of a distant tavern in Breland. But you will not hear me admit it again, my friend. The peace of Middle-earth must come above my own happiness.
There were days when it seemed the shadow would never pass. But it has lifted at last.
Thank you for lending such support as you have to my husband Beriathan during your adventures and his. There were days when it seemed the shadow would never pass, but it has lifted, and not in its own terms. No, it was through the efforts of many folk all throughout Middle-earth, and yours not least of all. Our wedding has been everything for which I hoped, and I am certain my husband feels the same. Arwen looks around the throne room, and in the dim light of the grand chamber you see an amused smile dance across her fair features. But we will need to do something about this throne, she remarks. Oh, come on, what's wrong with it? I love it. With the crown and everything. I mean, you don't want it? I'll take it. Yeah, of course. Sure. Now, well, this is basically it as Book 1 of Volume 5 of the epic goes. Volume 5, The Peace of Middle-earth. From what Faramir told us, it seems the next step of Volume 5 in the epic would be going back to Edoras for Theoden's funeral. That would make sense. But we still need to to go to Minas Morgul, so that would be a while before it happens. And afterwards, what else can they do with the epic? I'm not sure, but I'm really excited to see what they do.
It has been some time since Gondor saw such revelry.
The folk thirsted for it without knowing what they desired. Such a night of celebration will be good for them. The peace of Middle-earth is hard won, my dear Warden, but it must be defended if it is to remain secure. Not all threats are gone with Sauron, as you will know, and other evils there are in the White World that must be faced with bravery and resolve. Can I count on you to continue to stand against these dangers, Beriathan, so that the love we celebrated today can last into the days and months ahead? A wedding is a beginning, my friend, and so is this great wedding, for there are those in the world that will see the joy of it and resent its presence. My time on these shores draws nigh, my friend. and I want to know that these lands will know peace beyond my departure. I will be counting on you for this Beriathan, or for those you choose to follow in your stead. Someone will need to defend the happiness we saw today. Someone will need to safeguard the peace of Middle-earth. We will speak of these matters again, my friend. For now, you should do as does the city. Eat, drink, and be merry. Alright, so that was it. We got a class trade point. We got some house and decorations. It's always nice to have the extra wine tables. And we have the new deed as well. The Peace of Middle-earth. Completed book 1. And the story will continue at some point. So, yeah, I'm wondering what will come next with this volume of the epic Theoden's funeral. We might, well, join Frodo's journey north. But I wonder if we will go with Galadriel and Celeborn to Lorien one last time. If we will stay in Rivendell. What else are we gonna do with this? Because from the looks of it, it seems this volume will have us, well, tie the loose ends all around Middle-earth, bring peace to all the places we've been to, so most likely Erebor as well, the Grey Mountains, Gondor, Rohan, I don't know, but well, you know what is coming as well. It has been teased many times already, so a last visit to the Shire will still be in order, but there's a long way to go before that happens. And it begins with our journey to Minas Morgul, as there are still many evils that need to be cleansed. That, however, will come later, because the wedding is over, but the Midsummer celebrations have just begun, and that's what we will be doing on the next one. For the time being, thank you so much for watching today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care. Good luck to you all, and I will see you later.